Oh, hey, Joe.
Hello, Kyle.
How are you?
Good. Sorry, I was all slouched over. I know we're live.
Yeah, I know. I told you we were going live here. Hit you in the comments.
Yeah, imagine thinking I was paying attention to that.
Hey, listen, we have a new partnership at TDN that we're really excited about. All of our live streams are sponsored by our friends at Mighty Swell, which is yet another seltzer beverage on the market. And in my unprofessional opinion, cream of the crop. Not the first, but the best. So we have Would You Rather tonight, Joe. Are you excited?
Yes, sir. I have 5 good ones ready for you.
5 good ones.
Yeah, I think at least 3 good ones, but no, it's good. It's good stuff. There should be some good discussion here. Put you in the blender a little bit.
Oh, so that's you're trying to give me a twist in the wind.
Yeah, for a couple of them. That's always my goal, at least a couple times.
Let me ask you this. Have you told your Twitter followers that we are live?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I just want to make sure. Do you like my coat?
No, it's terrible.
No,
it's cool coat. It's cool. It's super cool.
eBay.
I wish you had a hat on, I guess. Is like
I can go get one. I got a bunch of retro throwback jersey.
I'll be able to get through.
Maybe.
I just feel like a hat would just really bring that together.
Okay. Well, this is sometime in the Don Shula era, back before I enjoyed good football, right? When there was good football to be had as a Dolphins fan, but that's okay, But I'm like this with anything. If I get it in the mail or if I buy something, I have to wear it and break it.
I've seen you buy an article of clothing within 30 seconds you put it on.
Correct. Why would I buy it and not wear it?
Weird. Where were we? We were in West Virginia, Morgantown. You bought a hat and a shirt, and I'm like, we're like walking out, and you're getting changed.
I'm like, yep, I gotta put it on.
That's weird.
Oh right. No, Braden's asking us fantasy would you rather's. That's no good.
But we'll give you our answer. Ready. Just do the exact opposite of whatever we say.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. All right, here we go.
Some guys being dudes.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes here on the Draft Dudes podcast presented by Locked On. It's Joe Marino and Kyle Krabs from the Draft Network, and we are your hosts here on this live episode of Would You Rather, live on a Thursday night in your podcast feeds on a Friday. Today's episode is brought to you by Pepsi. This football season will be different, and Pepsi is here to get you ready for game day no matter how you watch this season. Pepsi is the refreshment you need to power through game day and become a member of the League of Football Watchers. These passionate fans are the real generational talent that Pepsi fuels, because Pepsi isn't made for those who play the game, Kyle. It's made for those who watch it. Pepsi, made for watching football. Good evening, sir.
Good evening indeed. What's going on with you?
Man, I got to be honest with you. I went straight from like giving my daughter a bath and rocking her to bed to right here. So, there's not even been a cool down period. I'm in dad mode a little bit. So sorry if any bad jokes come forth.
Well, mentally prepared. I've been mentally prepared for them. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I want to give you the first one. And you're sitting here with this beautiful Don Shula starter jacket. And
okay.
Imagine
I don't need my face in here, right? He's just put the coat in.
Imagine not being part of the live stream so you could see this. Kyle, I have something for you. Next Thursday, are you with me? We both wear our Halloween costumes?
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
I think people will see a very, what mine is, right?
Yeah, I do.
So it'll be very
your wife tipped us off to it.
Be very different contrast on the costumes, but we'll give those to you next Thursday.
And you know what mine is, so
I do. It's friggin' glorious. That's what I'll say about that. All right, here we go. You ready for this? I need you to lock in because there's some layers to this, and I'm gonna set you up here. All right,
I'm ready.
Congratulations. Tua was terrific in his NFL debut against the Rams. He completed 23 of 33 passes for 288 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, in a 28-23 win over the Los Angeles Rams.
What's the catch?
Just keep going here. You'll be okay.
Right.
You got it so far?
Right. Got it? I'm with you so far. Great
23 of 33, 288, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah.
All of your work is done for postgame, all right? It's time to celebrate. Would you rather have your favorite bourbon or your favorite cigar? You can only have one, and if you pick bourbon, no cigar at all. If you pick cigar, no alcohol at all. I'm talking money is no object.
Yeah, that's
whatever
what
you
makes
want.
it. That's what makes it incredibly depressing to think about.
Depressing. I just gave you a great debut.
I understand
from Tua,
that, but I
Doug,
can't
you're
have
4
both.
and 3. Yeah, that's the thing.
But you can't have both.
That's right.
Probably the bourbon. Old Forester 1910. Give me a double pour of that. Sit on that, sip on that. Mainly because it's like been miserable and cold, and I'm not allowed to smoke in the house. So I got to sit out on the back deck. So if I'm going to smoke, I got to sit out on the back deck, and it gets chilly now in the evening.
You got a heater out there. I've been there.
Yeah, but I'd enjoy it more if I wasn't it wasn't some big production to enjoy it. Okay. It's a great question, though. It's a great question.
There you go. I left you hanging, but it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? That was all good.
I was expecting but so-and-so gets hurt.
No, not a jerk, geez, you know?
Hold on.
I do. If I can get you to call me a shithead, though, you called me a shithead earlier, so that would be twice in one day.
On the Thursday pod.
Yeah, on Thursday podcast. So we'll see if I can get that done tonight.
Okay. Question for you, Joe. Would you rather trade an early second round pick for Quinnen Williams, which reportedly would get it done?
Yeah.
For whatever odd ass reason that this is a thing that might happen. Or would you rather have your pick of any 2021 interior defensive lineman?
With that same pick that I would have used in the second round?
Yes.
So I like this question. I think it's an easy answer. The easy answer for me is trading for Quinnen Williams. Yeah. But I do like the baked-in talking point here about this 2021 defensive tackle class, interior defensive line class. We've kind of done a bunch of work on it, and we've talked about it recently. And this is just
rehashed a lot of this class in the last week.
Not a year to need one of those. And it's a slow position anyways, right? Like guys don't come in at defensive tackle and light it up right away. And now you kind of have I think a below average talent pool to pick from. So Quinnen, I mean, I've watched all of his games this year. I think he's had some really outstanding moments. He's better than he was last year. Last year, he injured his foot in week 1, and that set him behind the 8 ball to begin with. You know, he's not really getting a chance to truly play in a penetration style role. So you're not seeing as many splash plays, but the flashes from Quinnen are really exciting. I thought he was my number 1 player in the 2018 draft. Is it 18, 19? 19. So yeah, I'm all in on Tua, or excuse me, on
Tua, huh?
Quinnen.
All right, sick.
Quinnen with this proposition.
Very good.
All right, you ready? You are the Baltimore Ravens. Now they just signed Des Bryant, but now you get rid of that. Get that out of your mind. All right, you're Eric DeCosta. You get to make this choice.
Okay.
You get to sign Des Bryant or Antonio Brown.
Say it to me one more time.
You're the Baltimore Ravens. You're the general manager.
I got that part.
You can pick. You can sign one of 2 receivers, Des Bryant or Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. If I'm Baltimore and I'm in the here and now, they're very clearly all in this year, right? Man, they traded for Yannick Ngakoue for a 3 and a conditional 5 2 months after Minnesota traded a 2 and a conditional 5 for Yannick Ngakoue. Minnesota is going to be really fun to see who's available for them, because if they're really having a fire, if you're making this move after 2 months, you damn well better be having a real on legit fire sale. You know what I mean? But I'm signing Antonio Brown. I think the ceiling there is significantly higher if you are in a 1-year situation. And this is a team that has shown they're not afraid to walk away if they feel the conduct is detrimental to the team, because that's exactly what they did with Earl Thomas. So I would rather have the guy with the higher ceiling who has a family member on the team that you can hopefully get really good buy-in from.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, you can still pull the plug, walk away, no questions asked.
Can I add one more in here? And it's actually Nick Coscarelli in the chat.
Marvin Jones.
So, yeah, so same two players, but also Marvin Jones is one of those three options.
What's the trade value? What's the trade value?
Fifth round pick.
Yeah, I'll give over the 5 for a guy who I know is not going to be a problem,
but can give you what you're looking for at receiver.
Mm-hmm. Dude can still play.
Okay.
Ironically enough, Joe, I had a would you rather Baltimore Ravens take for you.
Let's keep it with the Ravens.
You are the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
You are Eric DeCosta. Would you rather re-sign Matt Judon at market price or Yannick Ngakoue at market price?
So what's market price? 18 and 22? 18 for Judon and 22 for Yannick?
I'd say probably 24 for Yannick.
But 18 for Judon?
Yeah.
Well, the benefit that DeCosta has is he gets to watch the rest of the year, right? He gets to watch 10 games of both of those players. I think Yannick has a higher ceiling, right? I think he's more explosive. I think he can...
As a pass rusher.
Right. You could lose something against the run probably.
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing is the pass rush. But I am talking about $6 extra million a year, which, that's a good chunk of change.
That's a good player.
It's a good player, especially when I have Lamar's contract coming up.
Right. And Ronnie Stanley's contract's coming up.
Yeah. We just paid Marlon Humphrey.
Right. So they're projected to have $37 million in cap space this offseason, as things currently stand. You got to fit Lamar and Ronnie both.
I got the answer. The answer is Yannick Ngakoue. And the reason is I think he's a better player, but also Judon's going to go. And I'm going to get probably going to get a 3 back.
You get a 3 from letting either one of them walk.
Well, the problem is I didn't just give up a 3. I just gave up a 3 to get Yannick.
So I guess the point of view is if you let, and that's why I like this deal so much for Baltimore, is if you let Yannick walk, if you choose, hey, 24 is pretty rich for us, you're getting exactly back what you gave. You just have to wait a year to get it because it'll be a comp pick. Because Baltimore really doesn't give out a lot of big contracts. They gave out the 3-year, $55 million Earl Thomas contract in 2019, and that's the only free agent contract they've signed that's in excess of $5 million a year over the past 2 years. And they have to take care of paying their own.
I want the better player.
And I think that's figure out the rest as you go.
Yeah, but again, DeCosta's going to have 10 weeks to watch this. Well, more than that because playoffs. So he's got an advantage there. Okay, Kyle. Let's get back to some challenging stuff that you don't want to have to pick between, but you have to. You are the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
And you are forced to draft a quarterback in the second round of this year's draft. And here's the caveat.
Second round. No.
Of this year's draft. Here's the caveat. You get all of 2021 to get ready, but you have to start this player every week in 2022. Let's make it even worse. Here's your choices. You can only choose one of these 2 players.
Zach Wilson.
No, brother. I'm not giving you anything good here.
Shit. Jamie Newman?
Bo Nix or Ian Book? Who would you rather have?
Bo Nix gives me more physical potential than Ian Book. Ian Book's like Johnny Manziel size. Give me the guy with more physical talent that I can groom for a year and try and hope for the best for.
I think that's the right choice, as painful as it is.
Yeah. There's no good answers here. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Our good buddy JC in the comments here. You see this one?
Yeah, I think we have to take it.
We do.
Yeah.
We absolutely do. Sorry, I got this Sports Nut quick snapped me with the Mac Jones or Kyle Trask. So it pushed the comments up. I didn't mean to pick that one. So JC, would you rather have Tua? Hi, JC, by the way.
Jonathan.
Thanks for stopping in.
Cornell.
Jonathan Cornell. Would you rather have Tua Tagovailoa or Josh Allen as your starting quarterback? Joe?
This is going to be a great moment of audio where I say Josh Allen and Kyle says Tua, and there's...
You'd say Josh Allen over Tua?
Yeah, I would.
If Tua becomes what you think he would before the 2021 NFL draft, what would your answer be?
Tua.
Okay.
That's a reasonable answer, right?
It is a perfectly reasonable answer, yes.
It's intellectually honest as well. And I pride myself in that.
Yep, that's what we try to, obviously we rep the brands and rep the teams, but we can be objective as we need to be. There's nothing wrong with that.
As I sent you today, my phone thinks I'm a Miami Dolphins fan.
Because you're always looking at stuff to send me.
No, the reason... No, you think that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because we talk about the Dolphins audibly a lot, like between you and I, or because they're
listening on your phone.
No, I bought you like was it a groomsman gifts or something like that? It was like a Dolphins.
Yeah.
So like I did that on my phone, and like my phone just
yep.
thinks I'm a Dolphins fan, so I get
good
sponsored ads all the time.
Good. What about Vontell's here? You see this one?
I'll read it. It says, "Would you rather narrate your own life for 2 weeks, like Peter from Family Guy? Imagine thinking I know who that is. From Family Guy, or try to reach 9 wins with Gase, Patricia, and Hugh on your staff. 50 million's on the line."
You don't know who Peter Griffin is?
He's one of the guys on Family Guy.
He's the main character. Close your eyes.
Is it the dad with the butt chin?
Yes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Yeah. You know who that is?
I don't know. I thought the little baby was that. I didn't know. I don't know. Is the baby? What's his name?
Sometimes Stewie.
He's not the main character?
No, Stewie Griffin is not the main character. Peter is the dad of the family. He's the patriarch of the family.
He's the main character. Would you say that Homer Simpson or Bart Simpson's the main character?
Homer Simpson.
I would say that Bart Simpson's the main character.
No, okay.
I don't know, dude. Do you think I've ever watched The Simpsons like maybe twice in my life in 1994?
Bad example. All right, so he goes on this big kick where he literally narrates everything he does out loud. Actions, sitting up in bed, getting a drink from the cupboard, getting my key, starting the car. You got to say everything you do for 2 weeks or reach 9 wins with Gase, Patricia, and Hugh on your staff. I'm going to narrate my life.
Yeah, like how do you even mess that up?
If you forget, I guess you forget something.
You forget.
Yeah.
I might forget. That's a long time, 2 weeks.
But I could tell you I'm definitely not hitting 9 wins with Gase, Patricia, and Hugh on my staff. So
that's on your staff. These are guys that convinced NFL teams to hire them to be NFL head coaches. I can have Gase as my assistant special teams coach. I could have Patricia as a defensive assistant, and I can have Hugh as my quality control coach on offense.
Kind of sus there how you're trying to work your way around that. I got one for you.
Does this actually happen in the show? He does this. He narrates himself.
Yeah, there's like an episode where he does that.
And so I'd be like, hey, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go get a glass of water. Or I'm going to walk to the recliner. I'm going to now watch the Eagles game.
Yep. I'm going to turn the volume down.
Everything. Like you can't have one slip.
Right.
I mean, how ridiculous. I am now going to blink. I'm now going to continue narrating. I'm just going to I mean, how ridiculous does it get? You know what I mean?
Well, you just got to hope for the best, I guess.
We got to get off this. Okay.
Okay, I got one for you.
All right.
Would you rather you are a rebuilding franchise and you want to go with a veteran quarterback to start your rebuild? Would you rather start your rebuild knowing that you need to draft a long-term quarterback with Teddy Bridgewater or Ryan Fitzpatrick?
It's a good one, man. That's really good. I was just on Charlotte radio talking about Teddy and how he was the wrong quarterback if you wanted to be in it for one of the top guys, just like kind of with Fitz. Now Miami fortunately had the worst roster the NFL's ever seen last year, so Fitz couldn't really get you to like 7 or 8 wins and really get you out of strike zone.
Right.
Obviously, you could have traded up, and certainly Joe Burrow becoming Joe Burrow helped with that. Man, I'm going to pick Fitz. And the reason why is I think he might be a better quarterback, but what Fitz brings from a leadership perspective is unmatched, right? Like fits the player. But whenever you've had this guy on your team, you really appreciate what he brings to the table in terms of from leadership and intangibles. And I'd want that. I'd want that in my building to help me right the ship. So yeah, give me Fitz.
I kind of got clowned on for writing this big old, thank you, Ryan Fitzpatrick post when that decision came through, and he spoke to the media, and he was very transparent about how he was heartbroken to find out, did I just have my last NFL start? And everyone's like, oh, well, you knew this was coming and they drafted two. It shouldn't be a surprise. And yeah, this kind of still is out of left field though. Cause Fitz is Fitz, but Fitz has been playing well. But I look back at his 19 starts, and I'm sure Tampa would say, we think about his starts and what he did for us, and his 2015 season in New York with the Jets, where, he threw for 33 touchdowns and 4,000 yards or whatever it was. And I don't know, just the reckless abandon in which he plays the game with, and the lack of F's that he gives is just so fun to watch.
Yeah.
So Miami's had a talented quarterback in Ryan Tannehill in the building, who they couldn't get the coaching right around them, and obviously a talented quarterback. But it was more fun to watch Ryan Fitzpatrick play quarterback on a bad Dolphins team than it was to watch Ryan Tannehill try to play quarterback at a high level on a team that couldn't really get it right.
Yeah.
It's the most fun I've had watching a quarterback like this decade for the Dolphins.
That's the same feeling I had with Fitz in Buffalo. And then we missed, the problem is the Bills paid Fitz like he was an elite quarterback.
Right.
And then there was a discrepancy there, but you always appreciated the player he was. All right. You ready for my next one?
Yes.
You are the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
And you are going
to this so far.
You are going to trade for a pass rusher. You're going to have to give up a 4th round pick. Would you rather acquire Ryan Kerrigan or Carlos Dunlap?
Kerrigan.
Ooh, that was quick.
Yeah. I'm sure for Seattle's style of play, Dunlap's probably a more friendly transition, right? But just for me, Kerrigan's one of the most slept on pass rushers in a long time. His consistency of his pass rush production for the entirety of his career has been super impressive to watch.
I feel that too. I also think it applies to Carlos Dunlap.
You're not wrong, but
he hadn't had less than 7.5 sacks in a season since 2012. He's been unbelievable, man.
I like Ryan Kerrigan.
Okay.
This is a great one from Nick. Would you rather watch a World Series Game 7 or this Thursday night football matchup?
This Thursday night football matchup.
I agree.
I'm going to pick football every time.
I agree.
Great dog pick. Is that really your dog, Nick? Because that's a good looking dog.
I refuse to believe that's actually your dog, because that's like a picturesque photo. Nick, please respond in the comments and tell us if that's a legitimate photograph of your dog or not.
My sister had some professional pictures done of her puppy recently, and they're pretty spot on.
It's a stock photo. I knew it.
Oh,
we knew it.
Nick, the disappointment.
No, why are we disappointed? Andrew Blake said he'd rather watch App State.
That wasn't an option.
Oh, I know, but
they do. I think App State does
chimed in.
Yeah, I got another one for you.
Okay, and then I see a couple more in the comments I'd like to nail down. So, all
right, this one's trade again. So you're the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, I don't like this one so far, but that's okay.
No, it's just
I can be objective.
I picked the Bills because they're a team. They're a team that would realistically potentially go down this route. You're the Buffalo Bills, and you're going to trade for a tight end. Would you rather trade a 4th round pick for David Njoku or a 3rd round pick for Zach Ertz?
Njoku. You get much more long-term potential return on investment, and it's a cheaper pick. What's not to like?
He just hasn't. There's no resume. Let's assume they're both healthy. There's no resume for Njoku, right?
Njoku's cheaper. Njoku's younger. Njoku's more explosive. The pick for Njoku is cheaper. I think that's the easiest question you've asked me so far for me personally.
Really?
And I like David coming out. So his nickname's Chief. Chief David Njoku.
It is?
Yeah. How badass is that?
You know who else's nickname is Chief?
Who's that?
Eric Church. Don't play this game with me.
I don't care.
Don't play this game.
I don't care.
Don't play.
I don't. Halil's real football talk. Halil's real football talk. Let's stay on schedule here. Would you rather trade a second-round pick for Sam Darnold or use that same pick for any QB outside of the big three? And he's throwing Zach Wilson into this as disqualified, not able to.
I'd rather have Sam. I'd rather have Sam Darnold.
Would you rather have Sam Darnold than Zach Wilson?
Yes.
It's still early. My answer might end up being no, but right now my answer is yes. Would you rather have Sam Darnold than Trey Lance? That's where it gets fun.
Do you have a sure answer on that?
No, I don't. I was hoping you did.
Can I get an ad read? Do we have any?
There's no Pepsi read. Sorry.
You hit us with that earlier today. It's like, I need some more time. So let's just quick shot this ad read
Pepsi
here.
Ad. Yeah,
get this in. Definitely wasn't time for that.
I'm not prepared to answer that question. And that's
the fun of this show, right? Is that we're not prepared. You just have to deal with it.
Right now, I'd probably say Trey gives you a more blank slate to work with and less detrimental reps at the pro level. Maybe
the unknowns there. And it's a second round pick. Well, here's the thing. Here's what's complicated with Sam, right? Is that it's the last year of his deal next year, and then you have to figure out if you want to do his 5th year option this year.
No,
you just don't have that information yet. You know what I mean? So I think in this situation, I want the blank slate.
Okay, financials.
They favor Lance.
Businessman. JC, back with another one. Still working with Sam Darnold angle here. I like it. A lot of quarterback talk today on the show. If you were the GM of an NFL franchise that had a bad injury at quarterback but still had a great shot to make the playoffs, would you trade for Sam Darnold or Jameis Winston?
See, I like this. We did this last week, but the layers baked into this, I'd like.
Right, the extra of you're trying to build the bridge, to get through this season, and that's what makes it so tough because it's like you hear people talking about how Matt Ryan might be on the trade market, and it's like, who's going to give anything of substance for a quarterback mid-season? If you're a desperate playoff team and you've got a quarterback, you say, okay, we're going to build the bridge for 2-3 weeks. We got the bye week in those 3 weeks, and then we could put this guy into the lineup for the stretch run for the final 6-7 games of the season. That's the only variable in which I could see a team going that route. But even still, because it's mid-season, I feel like it tempers down the value of a trade so much.
My answer here is Jameis Winston, and I don't think it's particularly close. Jameis has started 70 games in the NFL compared to 30 for Sam Darnold.
Your producer just pulled this up?
Yeah. Jameis Winston has had, look, and no disrespect to Sam Darnold, Jameis Winston's actually had success in the NFL. Can we say that Sam Darnold's had any level of success in 30 starts for the New York Jets? I don't think that's his fault. I do not think that's his fault. But at least I have something to point to with Jameis Winston from a production perspective and some level of success perspective that I think he gives me the better chance.
Just got real dicey in here.
I think I'm right about this.
My answer is also Jameis Winston, but not for the reason you might expect. Jameis is on a 1-year deal, right?
Yeah. So
makes him cheaper to get, right?
You're going to sell me on a comp pick.
I am. I absolutely am, because he's on a contract year. So you're going to do a rental. It becomes a trial or tryout. You like him. You got him for cheap. You can extend him on your own. You get all that extra time to negotiate. If it doesn't go well, you got him for cheap. You're going to let him walk. He's going to sign a modest deal somewhere else, no matter where he goes. And you'll probably get a greater return on investment than what you gave to get him in the first place. And you avoid all that mess and noise, and he's a more experienced player. All the mess and noise of figuring out what the hell you're going to do with Sam Darnold after the year with his 5th-year extension. That's a no-brainer, right?
So for all of those reasons that Kyle and I just gave you, Jameis.
Last one of the night from Braden. You're the Texans. Would you rather trade for Juju Smith-Schuster in a contract year or trade for A.J. Green? This is also easy, in my opinion.
Juju.
Why? I agree with you. Why?
There's just more in the tank there, right? Like, I mean, AJ doesn't look like AJ right now. So give me Juju. But I mean, why are Pittsburgh giving up on? Why would he be available?
Because he's in a contract year, and they got James
not 5-0 and with a 100-year-old quarterback,
and they're not pull up Juju Smith-Schuster's usage.
Is he not helping the team this year?
I mean,
pulling it up here. All right, he's got 23 catches for 194 yards and 3 touchdowns in 5 games.
It's not bad.
He's playing 78% of the snaps.
It's not bad. How many targets does he have?
28. Caught 23 of 28 targets.
Are you looking at the Pittsburgh or just Juju?
Just Pittsburgh or just Juju?
Pull up Pittsburgh and tell me what their target share looks like. Since you got the producer that's quick on the trigger tonight.
Oh. Stewie Griffin. Just said something to buy myself a second.
You're stupid.
So here's this is crazy. Pittsburgh is targeting. Okay, Juju leads the team in targets with 28. James Washington 26, Deontay Johnson 26 in 4 games. Chase Claypool 24, Eric Ebron 24. I mean, they're throwing the ball like evenly to those 5 guys.
That's why you trade Juju, because they're spreading the ball around. Juju's a cog in the wheel. He's an expiring contract for a team that needs to figure out financially who they're keeping, who they're extending, who they're not keeping. You can get some return on investment for a young player in Juju. Granted, he is an expiring contract, so you won't get anything crazy. He's not putting up numbers like what he did, 2 years ago when he absolutely blew up?
Do you want to know what he's on pace for?
Yeah.
74 catches for 621 yards and 10 touchdowns. The problem is he's only getting 8.4 yards a catch right now.
That's why you trade yards. And Chase Claypool's only coming on stronger and stronger with his usage the last 2 or 3 weeks.
If I'm Pittsburgh, I'm not doing anything. I'm going to see what I can accomplish with this football team.
The other thing is Houston season's done, right? So Houston trading for a wide receiver at this point is building towards the future. And in that case, it's only Juju's your only option if you're Houston.
For sure. Yeah. AJ Green wouldn't make any sense for Houston.
Yeah. Well, if Bill O'Brien was still there, maybe.
Well, guess what?
He ain't though. We ain't going to be here very much longer either, Joe, because we are done for the night. We got Thursday night football, Giants at Eagles. We get to watch a very compelling NFC least contest. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. We had a great time. We hope you did as well. We do this every Monday, every Thursday. We pregame the primetime games. So make sure you set your alarm clocks, mark it in your calendars, come back and see us. If you're listening to this on Friday, swing on by, check it out. Joe, real quick, question in the comments. Steelers, Titans, who wins this week?
Home team.
Do we know who that is?
I think it's Tennessee.
I'm going to go the opposite. I'll pick Pittsburgh just to make it interesting. There you go. We'll find out who's got bragging rights on Monday.
Tighten up.
Kyle Krabs, Joe Marino signing off. Thanks as always for listening and watching the Draft Dudes Podcast.